7 ways narcissistic parents target their own children. Growing up with a narcissistic parent can leave deep emotional wounds that many people struggle to understand for years. From the outside, everything may look normal. The parent may appear loving, successful, or even admired by others. But behind closed doors, the dynamic can be very different. Children of narcissistic parents often grow up feeling confused, anxious, or never quite good enough. Not because they failed as children, but because narcissistic parents often target their children in subtle but damaging ways. In this video, we will explore how narcissistic parents target their children, the patterns they use, and how understanding these behaviors can help begin the healing process. 1. Understanding narcissistic parenting. Narcissism, in its extreme form, involves a deep need for admiration, control, and validation. For a narcissistic parent, children are not always seen as independent individuals. Instead, children may be seen as extensions of the parent's identity. Their achievements reflect on the parent, their behavior affects the parent's image, and their obedience reinforces the parent's sense of control. Because of this mindset, narcissistic parents often interact with their children not through empathy, but through power dynamics. Love may be conditional, approval may depend on performance, and emotional support may be inconsistent. This environment can deeply shape a child's self-worth and sense of identity. 2. The golden child and the scapegoat. One of the most common patterns in narcissistic families is the creation of roles among siblings. 2 of the most well-known roles are the golden child and the scapegoat. The golden child is often praised excessively. They are seen as the perfect child who reflects well on the parent. However, this praise is not always healthy. It often comes with pressure to maintain perfection and loyalty to the narcissistic parent. On the other hand, the scapegoat becomes the target for blame. If something goes wrong in the family, the scapegoat is often held responsible. They may be criticized, dismissed, or treated as the difficult child. These roles are not based on the children's true personalities. They are created to maintain control and division within the family. 3. Emotional manipulation. Narcissistic parents frequently use emotional manipulation to maintain control over their children. This manipulation can take many forms. For example, a child may be made to feel guilty for expressing their needs. They may hear statements like, "After everything I've done for you," or "You're so ungrateful." These comments shift responsibility onto the child and discourage them from speaking up. Another common tactic is gaslighting. This occurs when a parent denies or distorts events to make the child question their own memory or perception. Over time, the child may begin to doubt their feelings. 4. Conditional love and approval. Healthy parenting involves unconditional support and emotional safety. But in narcissistic households, love can sometimes feel conditional. Children may receive attention or praise only when they meet certain expectations. These expectations might involve academic success, appearance, behavior, or loyalty to the parent. When the child fails to meet those expectations, affection may be withdrawn. This creates a painful cycle where children learn to associate their worth with performance. Instead of developing a stable sense of self, they may constantly seek approval. 5. Using children to maintain control. Narcissistic parents often view control as essential. One way they maintain control is by limiting a child's independence. This might involve discouraging friendships, criticizing romantic partners, or interfering in major life decisions. Sometimes the parent may even portray themselves as the only person who truly understands the child. This creates emotional dependence. In some cases, children are also placed in adult roles, a pattern known as parentification. The child may be expected to provide emotional support to the parent instead of receiving support themselves. 6. Long-term effects on children. Growing up in a narcissistic household can have lasting emotional effects. Many adult children of narcissistic parents struggle with self-doubt. They may find it difficult to trust their own feelings or decisions. Some develop people-pleasing tendencies, constantly trying to keep others happy. Others may experience anxiety, depression, or difficulty forming healthy relationships. These struggles are not signs of weakness. They are often the result of years spent adapting to a difficult environment. Recognizing these patterns is often the first step toward healing. 7. Healing and moving forward. Healing from narcissistic parenting takes time, but it is absolutely possible. Many people begin healing by learning to recognize the patterns they grew up with. Understanding that the problem was never their worth as a child can be incredibly freeing. Therapy, supportive relationships, and self-reflection can all play important roles in the healing journey. Setting boundaries is also an important step for many people. Boundaries help protect emotional well-being and create space for healthier relationships. If you grew up with a narcissistic parent, your experiences and emotions are valid. Many people carry these wounds silently for years, but understanding what happened can bring clarity and empowerment. You are not defined by the environment you grew up in. You have the ability to build healthier relationships, rediscover your identity, and create a life rooted in respect and self-worth. Healing is not always easy, but every step toward understanding yourself is a step toward freedom. Thanks for watching.